industry is a $11 billion industry, poised to grow by 2050 to $50 billion, or probably earlier 2030. And the expected growth rate is about 28%. Now, if you look at what requires how what is the critical requirement for a medical device industry, it is essentially metallurgical skills, it is polymer skills, it is chemical, pharmaceutical, product design. Pretty much all of these skills are available to us as a country. And this is then followed by a cohort of 1.4 billion people, which is a large captive market. If you look at the global scenario, who are the players in the med device industry? It is essentially the US, it is Europe, it is China, and then a little bit of Turkey. Pretty much apart from these four regions, there is really no competitive force like a Vietnam or a Thailand or an Indonesia that competes with us as far as medical device is concerned. Add to that the fact that we, at least as a global player, who exports about 40 to 45% of what we manufacture, we are seeing the China plus one really play out, and more so in the Western Hemisphere, because most of the large players out there are saying that we put all our eggs in the same basket. We know that we cannot retract completely, but we want to, over a period of the next 3-4 years, at least move 20 or 25% of our sourcing from outside of China. And I guess that's where India really has the ability to play a very big role, because our expertise is not only in terms of giving what these large requirements are of the Western Hemisphere, but our ability is also to think for them, with them, and create products that are going to be beneficial for their patients or their markets. This is where I think two elements really come to fore. One is captive consumption. We are a large market. As consumption grows, whether it is insurance penetration, better urban infrastructure, more reimbursement through government-induced schemes, we will see the economies of scale, our ability to invest in R&D, our ability to create products that are not only specific for our markets, but also internationally play out. And there's one element that really has to play out in our favor here, which is the partnership of the industry with the academia. We've not seen a lot of that happening as of now, and I think that's where industry has to step up and work very closely with academia in terms of developing new products, understanding the problem areas, and creating products that not only work for us, but have the capability to be taken internationally. The second is adherence to the topmost standards of quality and compliance. So whether it is your TGAs, US FDA. Now, going forward in the future, if there was some way of harmonizing all of these regulatory requirements, that would make life for the industry very easy, because currently you have to work towards 4 or 5 different regulatory norms if you have to grow internationally. And that sort of is a challenge which I think time will allow us to find solutions to that. But as an organization, you have no other option but to commit to it. Quality has to be a zero tolerance area. You need to continuously keep on developing skill sets of both manufacturing R&D as well as your front-facing organizations, because we deal with different cultures, we deal with different market archetypes that have different forms of reimbursement, that have different forms of purchase behavior. But if we were able to work on this ecosystem, focus a lot on local manufacturing, because currently if you see, and we've spoken about it many times, that the import constituent of what India consumes is very high. But over a period of time, as the local manufacturing steps up, the ecosystem develops of suppliers, of ancillary units, of regulatory bodies or regulatory consultants. You are able to leverage that and grow internationally. I mean, currently we are 11 billion as opposed to China's $100+ billion. But that exactly is the opportunity for us. We have the capability of growing 10x from where we are over a period of time. But it does require a lot of hard work. It requires commitment. It requires making sure that we don't compromise on regulatory or quality compliances, and the networks of international distributors, international partners, that once develops over a period of time, as trust develops, we will definitely see our capabilities will get us to the number 5 or 6 position over a period of time.
Thank you, sir.